all that shit was down compared to the U.S. Now you could look at it, and there's a couple of factors. There's a population difference, obviously, but a lot of it is a freedom factor, and it's like a lot of the taboos of it. It pushes a lot of what's going on. So, like, for instance, if I were to do it, if I was going to sit up and write a policy on legalizing prostitution, I would approach it the same way that the UFC approached legalizing street fights. You know? Because you think about it, what was like the cage fighting, right? You're going to get in there, you're going to scrap with somebody, you're going to beat the fuck out of each other, and what is everybody afraid of? Someone dying, someone getting paralyzed, brutally hurt, and they're paralyzed, you name it, whatever.
Everything you sign off not to have happen on everything else you do.
Right. Just unimaginable damage to you and whoever else it might affect, like, in their life, right? And so I had this idea, it's like, okay, well, what was some of the big problems that people had with the UFC? And it's like, well, you know, it's not just like boxing where you're beating the shit out of each other. If you're you know, rolling with somebody in a jiu-jitsu form, or you're wrestling somebody, I mean, the blood, it gets inside your mouth. There's potential contracted diseases and stuff. Yeah, just everything you can think of. I mean, it's, you know, you bust someone's teeth in, and it's I mean, obviously, but you mitigate that with mouth guards. So again, it's one of those things where until it's written out on paper and you're looking at the actual dangers of it, and it's like, well, if there's rules and regulations, like if you were to enter the UFC right now and you had herpes, you wouldn't be able to fight. You can't fight. It's a biological hazard. The fighters aren't going to agree to fight you. You're fucked. Same thing with AIDS, unfortunately. You know, like if you get AIDS, sorry, you lost at sex. You also lost at your chance at being, you know, a UFC fighter. So if you regulate prostitution somewhat in the same vicinity, you know what I mean? Like, if it's an established business, you have a business owner, they have to provide... Certify. You have to be certified. You have to have, like, state legislature come in. You have to be tested regularly. There's got to be all these different qualifications. So, like, when I'm a massage therapist,
most importantly, tax.
Every year, yeah, tax, of course. That's the whole thing, though. Is like, as long as it's taxed somehow, you're fine. But if you get away with a little bit of it, you're basically fucked. But
so when you're a massage therapist, you're saying.
Yeah, so massage therapist, so like every year I have to renew my license, which basically they do a background check. They, you know, make sure there's no like new assaults or whatever on my record. You know, generally if you have any assaults, you're kicked off. So luckily I'm fucking clear of that. But my mom, okay, every year she has to renew her massage license. When she was like 16 or 17 or something like that, she busted out her stepsister's Toyota that busted out the windows and shit. And so that was like I think it was like an assault and battery charge or some shit, like the property destruction, some shit like that. So every time she renews her license, she has to pull up the records and be like, so I paid this fine off, and, you know, I'm good. That charge is no longer a part of my life, I guess. Whereas if she didn't, she wouldn't be able to be a massage therapist because she's got an assault and battery charge or whatever the fuck is on her record. Yeah. You know, so if you apply that to the Johns, which are the clients, and the women or men who are selling their bodies, I mean, look at what stripping is. I mean, there's no penetration or anything, but I mean, it's other than interaction. You're dancing on somebody, you got whatever, you know, like all this other stuff. And in reality, you can get around it now by just being like, "I'll take me out." That's what an escort service is. Take me out to dinner first, and then you're going to buy me a fancy dinner, a gift card, or whatever. And then I'll fuck you. You know, like, it's like one of those things. So, like, I would approach it and be like, you know, you gotta have the girls and guys tested. It's got to be provided with security, much like a strip club. I would even go as far as, like, with the inclusion of you have to provide free therapy sessions for people, you know? And this can't be like there's no way you, Billy Cronin, can fucking go out on the street, open up a PB&J stand and start selling PB&Js. Why? Because you need to get health food certified. You got to have an established building. Everything's got to be tested. You have to have all these regulations. Fucking apply that to people. I think we'll be just fine. I think the crime rate will go down. The less dangerous situations we put people in where they have to fucking meet in a back alley and give somebody a blowjob that might get violent with them, you know. I see it as a very lucrative and profitable business, much like the marijuana business is right now. And I think, I mean, some people just like to fuck. If they want to make money at fucking, why not? Like,
it goes along with do what you
why
do
the
what you
fuck
find
not?
out, find out what you love and find a way to get paid for it.
Well, if you think about it, what are porn stars, man?
Yeah.
You're paying people to fuck.
Yeah.
It's just on a video camera. Like, I mean, couldn't you arguably just fuck people on video and be like, I made a porno. I just happened to have to pay the person.
Those are two professionals going at it. Come on. I mean, based
Not
on
all guys.
based on my knowledge and experience, I would say I could possibly be a professional, but
yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, amateur hour. Mondays and Tuesdays.
I'm still labeled an amateur at this point. I don't get it. You know, 3 kids later, I've proven it's happened at least 3 times.
Exactly.
I think.
So, I mean, yeah, well, who knows? Whatever. But, yeah, no, so I think it would just lower a lot of the back alley shit. Is it going to clear everything up, every shady business? No. Is it going to stop people from being hurt sometimes? No. But it'll mitigate it a lot. I mean, it's olden times thinking.
I wonder what the divorce rate is with that. That would be another one to look at because the U.S. already has a super high divorce rate.
Well, the U.S. Army does, but so doesn't society in itself. It's a 50% chance you get divorced.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of fucking people. 50%. And, I mean, you know, hey, you want to get married, that's fine. That's great. Have at it. But, I mean, I just look at it like,
why is it acceptable though? Why is being faithful like why is that such like a proud thing? You're like, oh yeah, I'm faithful, so I deserve a cookie for it.
Well, you know what it is. It's old Puritan religious bullshit that's left over from olden days where
it's not. It has nothing to do with religion. Monkeys, for example, stay with one partner their entire life.
That is not true. You're thinking of fucking penguins, dude.
Well, penguins do it too.
What monkeys do that?
Look it up, man.
What monkeys? What monkeys?
Hold on.
Because baboons and chimps fuck each other.
I could be speaking out of my ass.
To death. I'm pretty sure you are, dude. The monogamy okay, but here's the deal, though. You know what's different about the penguins and shit? If that penguin that they're monogamous with doesn't show up, like the next season after they've gone to go find some food, guess what the females do? Or the males do? They move right the fuck on. They're not dying heartbroken. And I'm not saying that monogamy isn't for, like, that's the right thing for everybody, but like...
fact check. We're going to go through 10 animals.
Is it Wikipedia's?
No, I've never heard of the site, so that's why it's mental floss. Actually,
dude,
I have mental floss.
Okay. All right. Mental floss.
So,
all right.
Gibbons.
Yeah. Okay.
Eat shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me what gibbons are. What the fuck are gibbons? Dude. It's a monkey. Okay. And how are they monogamous? They just pick one mate, and that's does it give a detail?
To 40-year lifespan.
Okay.
Let me see.
What's their divorce rate?
It says cheating, breakups, and remarriage do occur with the gibbon community. Sexting and online dating, however, do not yet. Schistosoma. Oh, geez, this is a tough one. Schistosoma mansoni worms. Don't even ask me what those are. Wolves. Did know that.
Yeah, the wolves thing is bullshit. I can tell you that right now. Wolves, all the females fuck the alpha. The alpha will chase other wolves out of the den.
They made in pairs.
They made in pairs for a little bit until the alpha fucks up the other one when it gets a little too close to the one it wants. And you said this isn't fact check.
Okay.
You know what? We're both speaking out of our ass.
Beavers, of course. Whatever.
Again,
Shingleback
what happens when a beaver gets jacked?
Shingleback skinks. Don't even know what those are. Barn owls, bald eagles, of course. The American symbol.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what they do? Those guys are crazy fucks. They entwine and fall to the earth at deathly speeds, and if they don't split apart at some point, they fucking die.
That's why they stay with one partner.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Yeah, because they know what they're doing. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly. If they just start fucking around.
They didn't check the altitude gauge before they dived the second time. That's what it was. French angelfish, octopods, and swans.
Okay, so let's just give it the benefit of the doubt that all those are monogamous, right? That's 10 species out of the goddamn earth.
I'm fact checking. We're gonna use a second one.
We don't have to fact check it. I'm just saying.
This one's straight up copy and pasted. They didn't even go to high school. Literally didn't even go to high school, dude. They just not even the same pictures. It's the same pictures. Yeah. It's not even.
Let's give it the benefit of the doubt, though, right? Benefit of the doubt. It's 10 species, motherfucker. That's it. Out of all the species on Earth.
I don't know about you, but anybody who's got time to go through more than 10 species and find out which ones are monogamous and not, I think we're paying somebody.
But even the first one we were talking about, they're like, well, we break up, we cheat on each other, we do everything.
That was a joke they wrote at the end of it. That was given the sex thing.
I was going to say, it's like, dude, that's fucking hilarious. If they broke up and fucking got back together, like there's at some point some gibbon monkeys is out there. Come on, baby, I didn't mean it. She was just one time thing. Like fuck. Like, come on, man. Like, believe me, I wouldn't do that to you every single time. Just when you're out of town, when you're going to get some fucking bananas or some shit.
I feel like that's kind of speciesist. Jeez, bananas, monkeys, they eat more than just bananas. God. Jeez.
Oh, okay. Sorry, babe. I wasn't fucking her in the ass. I was just picking out some fucking bugs from the back of her skin, and my dick just happened to slide into it. Like, you know, give me the benefit of the doubt. I love you. I was giving you shit when you were looking at fucking Dingle over there. His fucking Johnson jangling around when he jumps from tree to tree. Come on now. You know. But
yeah, that's one.
No, but monogamy is and I think that lies the root of it too, is like the people who are married, I think there's like a fear thing where they're afraid that, oh, if my husband knew there was girls to or guys, like if my wife knew there was a place she could just go get slammed, like just by paying $50 or whatever. Yeah, just slammed anytime he or she wants. Why would they be with me? What do I have to offer? It's like, no, you fucking dope. If you're a good person, they're gonna want to stay with you because you're a good person. You know, it's not because you're getting there. You know, whatever. But that's my own fucked up thought. I mean, I've gotten into plenty of arguments with like other friends and stuff because, you know, like I said before, Sarah Beth she'd moved to Montana, and traditionally I don't do long distance relationships. I just don't think they're doable. You know, I think people generally move apart, if not just split up eventually in some type of heated argument that is brought on by other emotions that aren't tapped into. And so, like I said, we were very candid about it, and we were at dinner one night, and well, it was a couple nights before she left, and she just like, you know, started crying, and she felt bad, and I was like, well, what's your deal? And she's like, no, it's, you know, I'm super happy with you, and I feel like moving to Montana is gonna do something to our relationship, and you know, I feel bad because I've had thoughts of being single. And I was like, what do you think I am, the Catholic Church? Like, you gotta confess shit to me like that? I was like, what, you think you're the only one that has had thoughts of being single? We're fucking human. Of course I've had thoughts of being single. Like, I was like, you know, I was just like, that's a completely natural thought. You're moving away for the next 6 months. Yeah, there's cowboys out there. I know you like cowboys. Whatever, it's fine. Fuck it, you know? And so I was like,
they're all up on a mountain, though.
Yeah, it's all well. They're in the prairie too. You know, they're down in the valley wrangling up some horses. But